always from my experience, there are some elements that you have to consider when you face designing a unique wealth management platform. First, you need to identify the main sponsor of the project, the stakeholders, as Steph said. Second, you have to apply human resources. Don't forget, that's important. And now, I mean, how we work, you have to work agile. Someone has to make decisions. So you need a product owner. Sometimes we face some projects that are not really ahead of the project on our client's side, and decisions have to be made. You need to be able to pivot because I have some examples with projects. We sign a contract with a 1 year and a half project, and we sign a contract very detailed. When we start a project, things will start changing, and at the end, what we have developed from what they wanted doesn't have anything to do. But if you are agile, if you listen and you have the tools and you can put those pieces together, at the end you can make what the client needs. I mean, let's talk about 1 month development. In agile is, what do you want to develop in 1 month? So we can test it, we see we can change it, and from that we can keep on working. So the tools have to be really modular. You need to have a very open architecture. Integrations. We know, I tell you, that we don't have everything, but there are other companies out there that do magnificent things, that you want to integrate and add value. So the solution has to be really open to integrate and add value from other solutions. Data quality, as I said before, as something when we started project said, look, without data, we have nothing. You can have very nice things, nice workflows, but the information is not coming in properly. You won't be able to work. Mobile first. Nowadays, I mean, if you will have a bank, 99% of the actions you make is through your mobile. So that's the future. Forget if you're only thinking about web design. I think you're in the right direction. So whatever you develop you have to be able to work on mobile. Yeah. And also, and finally, invest regularly. I mean, once you have a solution, it has to be alive. Live means every year you need a bucket so you can spend to make changes or add new functionalities of processes so that you really, really empower and people really engage with the tool. If you don't have users engage with the tool, you're out. That solution will have an end. It will not survive. So the best way to have it alive is, every year, okay, we're in September. What do we want to do in next year? What do we want to have? What functionality would be a must be and what is a nice to have? Yeah. So that has to be reviewed. If you don't think about this and you just have a solution that you don't improve it, then that solution will have an end, basically. We try to cover all segments and ultra high net worth individuals, but the more you go to the ultra high, the more functionality you need, the more complex the problem becomes. Okay, so you need to add. That's why for instance, I talk about blockchains, adding these new real estate assets or all that type of instruments into your platform, so you have a much wider picture of the wealth of the client, or what we call the global balance sheet of the client, of course. But still, you need to check all the information. The machine can work, but at the end, you need the final check to see that the information is correct. But of course, there's a lot to do. And artificial intelligence also help us to read the data and see that, check that whenever you update daily that data, that everything comes in a proper way.